Welcome to my mind, where all the conversations and experiences are housed.
Welcome to our YouTube channel again in a very long time. I haven't been here because life is lifing, but what can I say? So I am back to do a video that was very much requested. Actually, thank you for the engagement that I've been getting. There's a lot of engagement in the comments with the previous videos that are there. People are asking questions and people are engaging. So I've been answering the questions in the comments, but there is limited space for me to be. So most of the people who are asking questions are asking about requirements and how to apply and all of those things before the applications open, so that everyone knows what they can expect, how their results are supposed to be looking like, and which universities in South Africa you can apply to. So I'm going to be looking at my phone for this one because the notes are here. I won't be writing notes down. So I'll be reading a few things and then I will elaborate a little bit more if there needs to be a reason for me to elaborate more. So as you know, we are talking about audiology, right? So I gave an explanation of what it is, what it's about, why you should be choosing it. So those are the two videos in the series currently. You can go and watch them. And then if you have more questions to ask, you can still ask in the comments if I haven't addressed what you were looking for in this video. And then I think we can start. So the universities that offer audiology in South Africa. So audiology goes with speech language pathology, so speech therapy. In all of the universities, that's how it goes. Okay, so there is one difference in one university, but I will go into that as we go through all of them, right? So I'm going to start with the one that I love the most. Of course, I've been in UP, so I will start with UP. University of Pretoria. It's in Pretoria, so it explains itself for people who don't know. Pretoria in Gauteng. So as I said, it's speech language pathology and audiology in the same department, but I will be more focused in audiology. But if you need certain information about speech language pathology, I can ask you to go and research about it and then ask specific questions, because I'm not doing speech language pathology. But if there's something that you don't understand, then you can come and I can research for you or ask someone for you on your behalf. So audiology is 4 years all throughout all of the universities. So the title that it comes with, different in all of the universities. In UP, it's a BA, so it falls under the Faculty of Humanities, so it's Bachelor of Arts in Audiology. And the minimum requirements is for your matric, you need to have mathematics at level 4, okay? And then you need to have English either as your first additional language or as your home language. You need to have it as a level 5. Okay, so they look at those two mostly. There's someone who asked if you can have Maths Lit. Yes, you can have Maths Lit, but because of the fact that it's Maths Lit, you'll have to have a higher level than the mathematics that they wrote. So it says level 4 here. You'll have to have level 5 or level 6 in Maths Lit for them to consider you, okay? So, and then they look at your APS. So your APS score should be 32. In most universities, when you calculate your APS score, you leave out life orientation. So how you calculate that will depend on which resource you look at, where you look at. Currently, there are calculators, like you can search APS calculator on Google, and then you can put in your things there and then it will calculate for you. So that's not a big deal. And then if you still struggle with it, man, I'm sure at school somewhere there is someone who knows how to calculate the APS for you. So you can ask someone there to do that for you. So with them looking at maths and English, it doesn't mean that you just have to focus on only those two. The APS calculates all of the subjects. So whether you get level 7 in maths and English, it doesn't mean that your APS will be 32 and you'll be there. You'll be accepted. So you need to make sure that all of your levels are calculating up to that 32. Okay. Only 50 students are admitted in UP. And this is in speech and audiology. Okay. So they split that number into 2. So only 25 is admitted into audiology. So you need to make sure that your marks are great. It's not a pressure thing, it's only maths and English, but make sure that all of your other subjects are up to your satisfaction. And then they say your careers. The careers are the same all throughout, so I'll mention this once. The careers, you can work in education and special education. You can work in hospitals, in clinics or rural communities, or private practices, government, military, academic institutions. Where you place yourself in all of those things that I've named depends on you, okay? So you have to see your career beyond what you may think is out there. So then we'll move to, let's move to Wits, because I think, whenever someone thinks of universities, it's like UP Wits as they go. So in Wits, they say, so all applications close 30 June. So in health, anything that you want to apply closes 30 June. Have to keep that in mind. If you're applying with your grade 11 results, you have to apply before August. And then in August, that's when they give out all of those conditional acceptance thingies. In Wits, it also falls under Faculty of Humanities, yes, under the School of Human and Community Development. Okay, so 4 years still. And then for UP, you are not required to write the NBT. But for Wits, you are required to write the NBT. If you don't know what an NBT is, I'm still saying go and research. If you don't know, there are people who know what an NBT is where you are. And then if you still don't understand, then you can come and ask me to explain a little bit further on what it is. But that will be on a personal basis. Okay. And then they also look at the APS. So your APS should be 34 and above. Okay. So you can't have an APS less than that. As I was saying, you look at all of your other subjects. You make sure that all of the other marks are up to your own level. Okay. And then they focus on English, either first language or home language. They require a level 5. Okay. And then mathematics, they require a level 4. Okay. And then I'm not sure if they are strict whether it's maths or it's maths lit. But if you are going to be applying with maths lit, as I'm saying, try and make sure that it's above level 4. It's 5 or it's a 6. Okay. And then they say an APS of 30 to 33 points may be wait-listed, subject to place availability. As I said, in all of the universities, there is a capped number of the students that they can take. And in our degrees, at least Wits, there's a lot of students who are doing speech and audio, but there is a capped number. So try and make sure that your statement looks good. They can't fault you on anything, okay? And then you can check also, they have the prospectus on their website. You can check also what they require on the NBT results for you to be able to get in, okay? And then the next university that we can look at is SMU. So Sefako Makgatho University also has speech and audio. And in here, I know that you can do dual qualification. Okay, so you can be dually qualified. Yes, you can be dually qualified to practice as both a speech and an audio, or you can choose after you've graduated whether you want to focus more on audio or you want to focus more on speech. But you can choose to do both at the same time. And their requirements go as follows. Candidates will be considered if they have mathematics, at level 4, English at level 4, Life Sciences at level 4, any language at home or first additional level. So if you have English and then you have another language, they also look at it at level 4. And then life orientation at level 3, and the additional 2 subjects at level 3 as well. Okay, so try and aim for above that so that it puts you at an advantage of being admitted as always, but also you can go and look at their prospectus as well and check how you can, how you can get in there. But yeah, so SMU as well has speech and audio, and you can do it dually. You'll be dually qualified. And then we also have UKZN. So in KZN, there is also speech and audio, and there you need English, life orientation, they say at level 4, mathematics at level 3, life sciences or physical sciences at level 3. Okay, with English they didn't specify, but always pass English. Every university wants that English, so pass it well. And then mathematics 3 if it's math lit, level 4, level 5, and then they look at life sciences or physical sciences, okay, at level 3. And then APS is 30 excluding life orientation. So try and make sure that you are all rounded or balanced all around, okay? So we are past UKZN, and then we have UCT. UCT's prospectus is the most confusing thing I've ever seen. So if you need a consult, I can ask someone from UCT, but you will have to find someone who has studied there, and then they can explain how things are working in there. Because here they are saying for Bachelor of Science in Audiology, so it also has a different name. Minimum subject requirements are mathematics should be at 60% or maths lit should be at 70%. You see, when I say other universities do not specify, but make sure that if you're going to be applying with maths lit, it's a level higher. Okay, so in UCT, maths at 60% or maths at 70%. Okay, and then you'll just check which level it falls under, because I don't know what 60% falls under and 70% falls under. But yeah, and then they look at either physical sciences or life sciences at 65%. Okay, so they will check in your statement if you've done both, because most schools, I think, do both in that stream. They will either check either or. So they will see which one you performed more good at, and then they will probably take that. So aim for a 65% either physical science or life sciences. And then English as well at 65%. And then 60% for the next 3 best subjects. So that's why I'm saying your statement should look good all around. Shouldn't look like level 7s. We don't need level 7s. You just need to make sure that your statement looks good. Don't have both 3, both 4, and there's only 1 6. Like try to make it like, if it's 4, above 2. If it's like you have a lot of 6, that's great. You get me? Like try and make it balanced so that your APS is not so much affected. Like you could have the requirements of the subjects, but then your APS doesn't look as good, and that's disappointing. Okay, so try and make sure. So here they do explicitly say 60% for the next 3 best subjects. So you know that you are aiming for certain percentages everywhere, and then try and work a little bit higher than that. UCT is very competitive, and they make sure that they stick to their guidelines, and they stick to what their requirements are saying. So make sure that you work a little bit more for them. And then they don't look at life orientation, okay? And then they say the sub minimum APS is 340. I've never seen a university that uses that type of number. That's why I'm saying it's very confusing. But if you know a person who is from UCT, they will explain to you how they calculate their APSs for it to reach 340. I'm assuming it's 34, but I don't know how they reached the 340, okay? So you can ask someone from there and then they will be able to explain to you. And then the last university that we have is Stellenbosch University. That's the last one that has speech and audio there. They call it speech, language, and hearing therapy. And they say that you need 60% in 2 of the 3 languages. So if you are doing 3 languages, they will only look at 2 of them and which ones you did best in. But if you're only doing 2, like most people, then they require those 2 to be at least 60%, okay? So your home language and your first additional language should be 60%. And then they also look at physical sciences or life sciences. So here they are not specifically saying maths or maths lit, how much it should be. They don't. I don't think they care that much, but they care that it's there. But as I'm saying, it helps for you to be all-rounded, okay? So in physical sciences or life sciences, at least 50%. So as I said before, they check either or. If it's physical sciences that you did good at, they'll be like, okay. If it's life sciences that you did good at, okay. If it's both, a bonus. All right. So yeah, and then they take 30 students in total. I don't know if they split it in half. So you see the competition is way higher in this instance. You can check all of these things in their websites. Stellenbosch University, just type, it'll show. University of Pretoria, type, it'll show. UKZN, SMU, and then UCT. I think there's only 5 of them. Oh, and Wits. 5 or 6. But in all of them, you'll just count how many there are. 5 or 6. That's the only universities in South Africa that offer speech, language pathology, and audiology. I hope I have answered your questions, but I can go back and check if there's something else I can answer. And then we can address that. And then we can close the video and you will ask more questions in this video. So I am going to check the comments now. Okay, so most of the comments are nice. And they are compliments. So there is someone who said, I'm a 3rd-year audiology student, Refilum Tweni. That's my name too. Hi. I'm a 3rd-year audiology student. I thought this was a boring degree in my 1st year, but I fell in love with it over time. Now I cannot wait to graduate and someday have my own audiology practice. That is so nice to hear. I didn't ask where she's from, but 3rd year, you're almost done. And the fun parts are coming along. So it's nice that you're thinking of what you want to do further. You will get the experience that you need because government is putting us to serve for them first before you do your own things. So you'll have the experience and then you'll be able to make a choice afterwards, which is nice. And Naledi Malinga said, my dream career, I'm in matric, and thank you so much for this. So excited for more. Please don't make us wait for too long. Shame. I will try not to make you wait for too long, but yeah, with how my schedule looks and everything, I will definitely try. Shame. There's sometimes that I want to record, but my energy is down. It's just down, and I can't. But I will put in that discipline in me. And you're in matric, so before June, try and have your things figured out. When they open, see if they allow for you to apply with certain results of a certain year. Just research on it and then see how your marks are looking and how you can upgrade them before the year ends, okay? And then the person who made me want to do this video is Mini Saeed. Hi, could you please explain the requirements for this? Because I am in matric and I've been interested in the topic from last year. So that's why I decided to do this video. And there's also another person, Unzindiso Qiniso, who said they are also in matric and their grade 11 results are bad. So I think you can use your term 2 report to apply, but just confirm on every website and see if they allow that, and then just try your luck there, okay? And there's someone else who also asked, Angela Ramashala, if I can do audiology with Maths Lit and life sciences. The fact that you have life sciences, that's great. Maths Lit, there are universities that are looking at it. I was in a class with people who never did mathematics pure maths, who never did life sciences, and they were in finance and doing EMS and stuff like that. So they didn't have a background at all of anything biology related, and they still got in because their marks were good. So that's why I'm saying your marks should speak for themselves, and then they'll just decide, do we have the number of people that we want? Can we still take in more people? How are their marks looking? They also want to make sure that you will be able to perform. So if your marks are looking great, they will definitely take you, even though some of the requirements you do not meet, but you have English, and English is the most important one. So everyone has that English subject. So they will definitely look at it and decide if they take you or not. Okay, so that's about it. Please like, comment, subscribe, share it to other people that you think might like it, that you think may learn from it, and also with the other videos as well. You can still keep sharing them to all of your peers, and yeah, everyone, even people who want to change their careers. Like, you're not too old for you to change your career. So if you're interested in something else, it's something you can think of exploring and looking at as well. So thank you, and I will see you in the next video. I don't know when, but I hope soon.